Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel where stories and other random things take center stage. Welcome to today's video and Blind Woman Recommends. So today these are the recommendations I will give you after reading Another Name for the Devil. If you have not watched any of my content regarding Mason Deaver, the playlist will be linked below, so definitely watch it. I think it'll be really interesting for you guys, since I've made a couple of other videos on him. And the first two books of this recommendation, actually no, hold on, let me see. Actually, no, all these books are very familiar to you guys, as well as I think some of the series I'll be recommending. I'm pretty sure I definitely talked about the books, and I will be linking any books I have already reviewed and just let you know which ones I plan to review. So yeah, but the first two books are very familiar for you guys, and those are I Wish You All the Best and The Ghosts We Keep by Mason Deaver. I Wish You All the Best follows Ben, who is non-binary, and they come out to their parents, but their parents kick them out of the house, and they end up moving in with their sister Hannah, transferring to a new school, and they meet a boy named Nathan. And while he's dealing with his family and mental health and all the issues that come with that, I'm sorry if I said he before, I'm really sorry, non-binary friends. No, I no offense was meant. I am just like, I can't always talk. Okay, anyway, while they are dealing with family issues and their mental health, they are also starting to fall in love and even make friends and all that stuff. So we get to watch all that happen. It's adorable, it's cute, it's one of my favorite books. The Ghost We Keep follows oh great, I can't remember the main character's name, but their brother passed away. I believe it was in a car accident, and they are now kind of trying to understand what's happening, and they're grieving, and also they're getting closer to their brother's best friend, and how and things like that. And he's dealing also with family grief and also a little bit of mental health as well. So yeah, definitely read those books. The next, let me see, three reads I recommend are books I usually recommend together, and those are Throne of Glass, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and the still ongoing, as well as A Court of Thorns and Roses, series Crescent City by Sarh J. Maas. I always recommend these together, but most of the time, so. Throne of Glass follows Selena Sardathian, who is Otterland's assassin, and she is in the salt mines of Endovier. She's been there for a year, basically being punished for her crimes against the Empire, and she is visited by the Crown Prince, who offers her a deal. And that is to become his champion, win his father's competition, and becomes his father's assassin for 4 years, and then she'll have her freedom. And she accepts, and her competition is basically 23 other men who are basically thieves, warriors, and soldiers. And she has to win in order to become the king's champion. And however, the contestants start dying, and she must keep herself alive and also figure out who the hell is killing everybody in the competition. So that is her thing. It is a long series. There are prequels, and there's like another novel that kind of goes parallel to the fifth book. I reviewed it. So it is a very long series, but honestly, it's worth the read. A Court of Thorns and Roses starts out as a Beauty and the Beast retelling where Feyre, our main character, kills a Fey male, and she is taken to the Fey world by Tamlin, and basically as her punishment, and she is there, but she later realized that everybody in the house is basically under a curse, and now she has to solve a riddle in order to, or go through these like I guess like challenges, you can say, to try and break the curse. The next one is Crescent City. There's only one book out in Crescent City, but which is House of Earth and Blood, but the next book, House of Sky and Breath, is coming out in February. Really exciting stuff, you guys. I'm like super excited for this. Sarh J, Maas, my queen. I'm so glad. And it follows Bryce Quinlan, and she is our main character. She's half fae, half human, and it follows her when she's out at the club one night, and she comes home to her friends having been murdered, and 2 years after that, the same people that murdered her friends are now the same people or creature who murdered her friends are now active, and she, along with an angel, are attempting now to solve the mystery of who killed her friends and what happened before and during the time. It's a very long book, by the way, just a quick warning. It's like 800 pages, but honestly, I loved every moment of it. The next book I want to recommend is A Song of Ice and Fire, the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. Honestly, it's really hard to explain what this is about, but basically it starts off with Eddard Stark finding out that the man who raised him, who was also the king's hand, he finds out that he's dead, and he ends up accepting to be the king's hand and goes to court along with like the majority. Well, no, not the majority, just like his two daughters. They end up going to court, and now he's trying to figure out like who killed his John Aaron, who basically raised him, and what exactly is is happening there, and we have to kind of deal with a bunch of court intrigue. But after that, it becomes a lot of things. So that's kind of like the setup. So yeah. Anyway, the next book is The Seven Deadly Sins. Well, actually, not the book. I'm sorry. This is an anime. Although there is a manga, so if you want to read the manga for Seven Deadly Sins, that also works. But if you're not up to it, just watch the anime. It's on Netflix, all 5 seasons. So The Seven Deadly Sins follows Princess Elizabeth, the third princess of the Kingdom of Leonis, and she is trying to find the 7 deadly sins, who were a band of knights, and they used to be the kingdom's best knights, and they were accused of a horrible crime 10 years earlier, but she's looking for them because the Holy Knights have taken over the kingdom, and she is now trying to get her kingdom back. And she ends up meeting the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins, Meliodas, and he also is looking to find the other knights. So he agrees to join her in finding them and agrees to help her get her kingdom back. That is like the main plot. I will not spoil the big overarching plot though, because it's so good. That needs to be watched. The next thing I want to recommend is Blue Exorcist. So Blue Exorcist follows these twin brothers. I think one of them is named Rin. And basically the twins are the children of a priest, and he's like an exorcist, and he's able to like exorcise demons and all this fun stuff. But at some point, like, his brother basically leaves to this school to learn how to be like an exorcist. But it turns out when his father dies, Rin decides to also go to that school and learn how to do that. And other things ensue. I don't actually know how to fully describe it because it's been a couple of years since I watched it. Although I do want to rewatch it, honestly. So yeah. And last but not least, I want to recommend Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically the original, because that's kind of like the main one I know. I know there's a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh spin-offs, and the only ones I actually want to watch are definitely GX, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, and Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, but I've not been able to. So yeah. Anyway, basically, this follows Yugi, who is how do I put this? He is like okay, he ends up having to duel. He ends up defeating the duelist, the world's duelist champion, or duel monsters champion, and he ends up defeating him. And because of that, he grabs the attention of, he gains the attention of the duel monsters creator, Pegasus, and he challenges him to a duel. But here's the thing, he ends up challenging him to actually a shadow game, which is basically like, it's not fully much of a game. The cards actually become real, and he now has to fight. There's like a 15-minute duel, and if he doesn't win, Pegasus takes his grandfather's soul, and because Yugi does not win by the end, Pegasus does take his grandfather's soul, and now Yugi has to compete in the Duelist Kingdom tournament in order to get his grandfather back. That's the best I can explain. And a lot more happens. There's like there's actually definitely a bigger overarching plot, but that's basically the setup for the show. Anyway, those are my 9 recommendations. Let me know if you have any more. Let me know what you think. Let me know all of that. I'm actually super excited for everything. My next video, come back for a review of The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. I'm super excited for this, since The God of Lost Words came out a couple of weeks ago, and I have read it, and I already love it, so I need to review these books now. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'll see you then, and yeah. Anyway, until then, consume stories, everyone.